In today's show, we're talking all about the Bitcoin halving. As you can see in this Forbes article, a new class of Bitcoin millionaires may emerge. We'll be breaking this down in today's show. We'll be taking a look at the 2012 Bitcoin halving, the 2016 Bitcoin halving, and comparing it to what could potentially happen here for the 2020 halving. We'll also be taking a look at some very bullish price predictions from some of crypto's top influencers. And as you can see, Bitcoin halving was also featured on Bloomberg Business Week, so this is getting a lot of buzz. Also in today's show, Bitcoin halving searches go parabolic, and the Bitcoin price could follow for two reasons, which I'll be sharing with you in today's episode. As you can see here, tweeted from the Moon Carl, Google searches for Bitcoin halving are going parabolic and are already 30% higher than the peak of 2016's Bitcoin halving. Prepare for liftoff. Also in today's show, we'll be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin is back in the green. A lot of the major cryptos are actually in the red. Where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out this plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And before we kick off today's show, if interested in learning from America's #1 investor, Tika Twari, the Wall Street legend who picked Apple in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016, as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're already calling it the investment of the decade. Right now, there is a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook, and they're all betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over the next 7 years. It's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. To discover what it is, click the link right below this video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's dive right into today's top story of the day. This is coming from Forbes, which I usually do not share on the show, so this is very bullish for major corporations such as Forbes as well as Bloomberg Business Week to be talking about the Bitcoin halving, and that's because the Bitcoin halving is just 14 days, 22 hours, 33 minutes, and 40 seconds out. The estimated date for the BTC halving is May 12th, and I'm pretty ecstatic for it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below, and let's go. Crypto investors and hodlers alike are sitting on the edge of their seats, to say the least. I know I am, waiting to see what unfolds with the highly anticipated Bitcoin halving event that is scheduled to take place literally in 14 days. Since Bitcoin's inception in 2009, the halving, also known as the halvening, is an event that takes place roughly every 4 years. During the halving, block rewards are cut in half, which in turn limits the supply of Bitcoins. Michael Dabrowski, co-founder of the mining company PowX, sheds light on how the Bitcoin halving impacts price. The theory is that there will be less Bitcoin available to buy if miners have less to sell. So simple supply and demand. So from a supply-demand perspective, here's how it is. If Bitcoin supply decreases and the demand for Bitcoin stays the same, then the price of Bitcoin will increase. And if Bitcoin supply decreases and the demand for Bitcoin increases, an example, institutional investors, millennials or boomers, etc., looking to capitalize on the hype increases, then the price of Bitcoin will see a significant increase in price. To date, there have only been 2 Bitcoin halvings. So from a historical perspective, during previous Bitcoin halvings, each time the price of Bitcoin has reached new all-time highs. Check this out. On November 28th of 2012, the first Bitcoin halving occurred, which saw the price of Bitcoin increase from $11 to $1,000 around a year later. So I want to point that out. 1 year after the halving, from $11 to $1,000. That's a pretty significant increase. And then during July of 2016, the second halving took place and the price of Bitcoin was trading at around $700. And in 2017, again, 1 year later, after the halving, the price skyrocketed to $20,000. So again, 2016, we're talking a halving takes place, Bitcoin's trading at 700. Then all of a sudden, 1 year later, Bitcoin is trading at an all-time high of $20,000, just like that. And as you can see in this graph, this shows Bitcoin price run-ups around the first and second halving, so you can get an idea of how parabolic the market truly goes. And the third Bitcoin halving, which is scheduled to take place in 14 days, have seen some lofty predictions on Bitcoin prices. Billionaire Bitcoin bull Tim Draper believes that the price of one Bitcoin could rise to $250,000. Hallelujah. And Buffett's book founder, Preston Pysh, thinks that Bitcoin could skyrocket to $300,000. I just covered this in a recent episode after the halving. Former Goldman Sachs hedge fund manager, Raoul Pal, predicts that the price of Bitcoin to hit $1 million within 3 years, which I covered in depth in yesterday's episode. And Silk Road founder Ross Ulbricht predicted that it could hit an astronomical price of $333 million per Bitcoin. So more Bitcoin millionaires may materialize. Common sense, right? There is a transference of wealth occurring, especially in the crypto market. During the previous 2 Bitcoin halvings, countless millionaires were created. J.R. Forsyth, the founder of Onfo, was one of them. He was studying mathematics as an undergraduate and was exposed to Bitcoin and digital ledger technology. Forsyth says, "It became obvious to me that math-based currencies like Bitcoin would eventually supplant sovereign notes. I mined Bitcoin and Litecoin very early on and held on to them. The massive appreciation of those assets allowed me to invest in other crypto technology, which ultimately led to the development of Onfo, a platform that helps people earn money through network mining." Or take Alan Glantz, charity founder and CEO of the cannabis business Juicy Fields, for instance. Go cannabis. During his Wall Street days, he bought 100 Bitcoins from a colleague that urgently needed money in 2012. Then he forgot about his Bitcoin. It wasn't until the parabolic price highs of the 2017 second Bitcoin halving that he realized that he had become an instant millionaire. And I'm expecting that to happen to a lot more people this time around, especially those of you who have been patient on the sidelines waiting for this moment. We've already weathered the crypto winter, so it's our time to shine. You feel me? Glantz believes that the stimulus package will only strengthen the U.S. economy and substantial market, which can be witnessed 2 to 3 months after the Bitcoin halving event. Now let's talk about the Fed. The Fed's balance sheet is expected to exceed $6.5 trillion this year, with never seen before levels of money printing. In retrospect, that represents an increase of more than $2 trillion in under 6 weeks, all in the name of quantitative easing. Crazy, right? Todd Crossland, CEO of CoinZoom, says that while I applaud and support the government in taking the most aggressive measures and providing stimulus for the economy, just the magnitude of the stimulus and printing of dollars and the accompanying debt gives me reasons to pause. The stimulus will come with inflation and subsequently pressure on the value of the dollar. That's a fact. In my opinion, this paints another bull case for Bitcoin and digital assets. I agree 100%. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Right now, the world is undergoing a major financial shift, to say the least. During the Black Swan stock market crash of March 2020, which I believe people will remember for decades to come, investors dropped stocks for cash, resulting in a liquidity crunch. The price of Bitcoin and other digital assets took a temporary nosedive. Since then, Bitcoin has fully recovered, thank God, along with most other crypto assets. That said, if the Fed stimulus plan results in deflation, then follows shortly after by hyperinflation, this could paint a very bullish scenario for Bitcoin. We're talking about a massive shift in wealth. Billionaire investor and founder of Bridgewater Associates, Ray Dalio, believes that in the near future, there could be a massive shift of wealth. Many in the crypto community have taken this to imply that cryptos like Bitcoin are their solution, which Dalio speaks of. If that's the case, then a new class of millionaires may emerge from the severe crisis that is gripping the world's economy. Are you going to be one of those crypto millionaires? Let me know below. Dalio says governments that have the power to do so are printing money to help ease the debt burdens and help finance the expenses that are denominated in their own currencies, which will weaken their own currencies and raise their levels of monetary inflation to offset the deflation that is coming from reduced demand and forced asset sales that are happening as those that are stretched have to raise cash. Dalio is a firm believer that wealth cannot simply be created by producing more money and credit, and that the long-term debt cycle is coming to its end. Dalio suspects that a restructuring of the monetary system is imminent, with countries like Venezuela, Lebanon, and the Bahamas exchanging local currencies for Bitcoin. Then Dalio may indeed be correct. If that is the case, then the third Bitcoin halving could be a major catalyst for monetary change, resulting in a generation of new crypto millionaires. You heard me correct. New crypto millionaires. And now for our next story of the day. Bitcoin halving searches go parabolic and the Bitcoin price could follow for two reasons. Before I share this, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. Bitcoin is up 0.1%, trading at $7,677. It's been maintaining that $7,600 support, which we broke just yesterday. I would like to see Bitcoin climb above 7,800. Once that happens, I feel pretty confident we will revisit the 8,000s and potentially climb right back to 9,000, which is where I would like to see the Bitcoin price head to, especially with the halving approaching very near. Taking a look at the rest of the crypto market, Ethereum is in the red, down 1.8%, trading at $194. XRP down 0.25%, trading at 19.6 cents. Link is down 5%, trading at $3.58. Miss Litecoin down about 2%, trading at $44. BNB down about 0.75%, trading at $16. And we have Bitcoin Satoshi Vision down 2.5%, trading at $193, and Bitcoin Cash down 2.2%, trading at $238. And now taking a look at the top exchanges, you can see the Binance volume is up literally 34% in the past 24 hours, with a whopping over $5 billion in volume in that one crypto exchange alone, which if you compare that to BitMEX, which is the next largest at 2.2 billion, which is also up 46% for the day, that's a pretty drastic difference. So as you can see, the money is pouring into crypto right now. So this is a very bullish sign for the crypto market. All right, and now for our next story of the day. Bitcoin halving searches go parabolic and the Bitcoin price could follow for two reasons. Now just over 2 weeks out of 2020's Bitcoin block reward reduction, also known as the halving. It's an event that has become the topic of conversation for many watching the crypto space. Yes, that's a fact, absolutely. The halving has become so hyped, in fact, that an extensive article on the subject was just recently featured on Bloomberg's Terminal. How cool is that? And I'll feature this in the show notes below the video in the description. It's entitled Get Set for Bitcoin Halving. Here's what that means. I wanted today's episode to be the ultimate Bitcoin halving show so you can get all the details and understand what to expect and what it all means in case you're new to the crypto space. With the strong increase in popularity surrounding the event, analysts have been wondering if Bitcoin's price will follow suit by similarly rallying higher. According to the below chart shared by crypto YouTuber The Moon, the level of interest global Google users have in the search term Bitcoin halving has recently gone parabolic. The trend has surely been parabolic. Per the chart, Google has registered a doubling in the past weeks for searches of the term and a quadrupling of the same metric since approximately the end of November in 2019. Taking a look at this tweet from The Moon Carl, Google searches for Bitcoin halving are going parabolic and are already 30% higher than the peak of the 2016 Bitcoin halving. Prepare for liftoff. And he included this graph, which you can see going straight parabolic to the moon. It's a stunning trend that has been reflected across other platforms. For one, Molly, the former head of Bitcoin Magazine China's operation, found last week that the Chinese term for Bitcoin halving has recently gone viral on Weibo, also called China's Twitter, becoming the sixth most used term on the platform, used by hundreds of millions. So that's a pretty big deal. More recently, the Tai, a crypto-focused social media data company, found that on a number of days last week, halving became the second most popular word used by Twitter users tweeting about Bitcoin. This strong social trend is for good reason. Although the halving has not yet transpired, we still have 14 more days to go, analysts are already becoming convinced that the event will have a decisively positive effect on Bitcoin's trajectory for a medium to long-term perspective. I definitely agree with that 100%. There are two fundamental trends to suggest. Here they are. Let's do it. Firstly, data from Google Trends indicates that there is a muddy yet apparent correlation between interest in the term buy Bitcoin and the term Bitcoin halving, suggesting the halving is convincing investors to buy BTC. And we can take a look at these Google Trends right here. So the blue represents buy Bitcoin and the red represents Bitcoin halving. This assertion can be corroborated by on-chain data from Glassnode, a crypto analytics firm that has indicated two things over the past week. Number one, long-term Bitcoin investors have been accumulating more and more coins each day as the halving has drawn near. In fact, they found that Bitcoin hodler net position change metric just established a fresh yearly high. And number two, there are more than 17,000 new entities joining the Bitcoin network each day, which was a level of retail involvement last seen at the start of 2019's bull run. This would suggest that as the halving continues to increase in popularity, so too should the public's propensity to buy Bitcoin. And secondly, analyst Plan B found that Bitcoin's price will get a strong boost in the wake of the halving. Per an economic model for the Bitcoin price created by the analysts, the crypto's market cap and thus its price can be derived by its scarcity, measured by the stock-to-flow ratio, or the ratio of the above supply of the asset and the yearly inflation. The model, accurate to 95% R squared, which means accurate in statistics lingo, suggests that Bitcoin will have a fair value of $50,000 to $100,000 after the halving, which is pretty cool. Let me know your thoughts surrounding the Bitcoin halving. Are you bullish or are you bearish? I don't know how you can be bearish, but trust me, there's plenty of bearish people here in the space who are predicting Bitcoin hit a new all-time low. Personally, I don't see Bitcoin dropping below $3,700 ever again. And with the Bitcoin halving looming just 14 days out, and with all the bullishness I just shared with you in the market, I am pretty long-term bullish for the Bitcoin price. But I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Now let's check out the overall crypto market cap, sitting at 222 billion with 140 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. So the daily volume has been on the rise, and the current BTC dominance is 63.9%. And taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, we have Steam leading the pack, up 38%, trading at 23 cents. Sia Coin up 12%, trading at 0.001. DX Chain Token up 9%, trading at 0.001. Lisk up 8%, trading at $1.15. 0x up 8%, trading at 20 cents. And Decentraland up 8%, trading at 3 cents. And now for the biggest losers, Digibyte, after having a massive surge this week, now down 25% in the past 24 hours, trading at 1.2 cents. Aave down 6%, trading at 3.4 cents. Raven Coin down 5%, trading at 1.9 cents. Tezos down 5%, trading at $2.66. Theta down 5%, trading at 10 cents. And Icon down about 5%, trading at 28 cents. And now checking out the BitMEX margins. I swear to you, right before I hit the record button like 10-15 minutes ago, the bulls were in control, but that's how fast the market can turn around. Now the bears are back in control, but barely, leading with 18 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with shorts leading 50.41% versus 49.59% longs. Are you currently bullish or bearish? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Finally, we're not in extreme fear, which we've been stuck in for the past 1 or 2 months. We're in regular fear, rated at 28. Yesterday was extreme fear at 21, last week at 17, and last month at 12. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That can be a buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for correction. And I want to encourage you to check out the description right below this video by clicking show more in the description right down below for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 400 plus videos right here on my channel. Also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. This is updated every day and allows you to download the latest episode of the show in MP3 so you can listen to it on your way when you're out and about, on your way to work, or just doing your thing. Also, be sure to subscribe on YouTube if you haven't yet already done so. This helps the channel out tremendously, and I greatly appreciate it. You can also subscribe on all the major podcasting platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher Radio. So whichever podcasting platform you're active on, please help support the show. It's greatly appreciated. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is Crypto News Yes. And I also have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy. To become a part of this, click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. We have over 17,000 cryptopreneurs just like yourself, a part of the community. So it's a great place to hang out. And I also have a private crypto Telegram chat. To become a part of this, simply click this link from a mobile device and you'll automatically be added added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And real quick before I go, if interested in learning from America's #1 investor, Teeka Tiwari, the Wall Street legend who picked Apple in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016, as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're calling it the investment of the decade. Right now, there is a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. They're all betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over the next 7 years, but it's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. To discover what it is, click the link right below this video in the description. It'll take you here to watch this exclusive presentation with Teeka Tiwari. Enjoy it, and I look forward to catching you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.